Hi everyone, I'm Michelangelo. Welcome to, let's get this, that looks good. Episode 403. I recorded this, we're like slanted, on Tuesday, July 6, 2021. Today is Sunday, June 19, 2022, so almost a year ago. Can we get this a bit more straight? Look at that, the beauty of having a tripod. You know, who would have known that I would have been tripoding? Huh? Tripoding? Look at that. You like that? I like that background. It actually looks better in the camera than it is in person. But this is the apartment. This is where I first moved in as I was contemplating like moving along very quickly to see if I wanted to move into this neighborhood and buy the land that is behind here, just a bit closer to the beach. This is the path that goes to the main road. This is the corner apartment that has the pizza oven that I still am waiting patiently to receive conscious collaborators. And I always envisioned the moment I stepped foot here that we would be having either events or food serving or something because everyone passes by here to go to the beach. Whereas my house, the beach house, is a bit more secluded, even though it's just 50 meters back there. So I don't know, like in hindsight, it always feels like a gift because everything aligns beautifully. But I usually move very slowly, so I have never made pizza in that oven. Um, like 6 months later. So I move very slow, and then I get magic like this magic giant tree that feels like a couple of years, like in the future, had I planted only some of those smaller ones until this one showed up. Like, this is insane. So that seems to happen a lot in my life where I'll somehow rest and wait for stuff to align and not jump into stuff when it doesn't feel right. And then somehow everything gets expedited, and much more make up for the time that seemed to have been lost. So I trust, and I voice it out loud here into the ether, into these recordings. I trust that they will show up. I will show up. Other aspects of me will show up, and we make the best out of this amazing space. If nothing else, we have a third space that I already paid a couple of months' rent prepaid, just between this space and the Blue Healing House, the Blue Healing Beach House, Blue Healing Garden. This is the Blue Healing Porch. What are we gonna call the other one? Blue Healing Porch, Blue Healing Garden with the Blue Healing Beach House. And maybe it's not the right time because today is what, June 19, and it's still 2 months and 10 days away when I will move into the other apartment as well and have more conscious community and friends move into this neighborhood, as I'll be subleasing the places like I'm doing with this one, so that we bring more conscious energy of the blue experiment using blue and devotion and prayer and meditation and conscious surrender to blue God in order to transform and heal ourselves, in this case community and neighborhoods, really challenging neighborhoods. When I first moved here, somebody told me yesterday that they've been near here for 16 years. This is the only neighborhood that is almost exactly the same of all of Puerto Viejo as it was 16 years ago, because this is an intense neighborhood. And somehow it's changing now incredibly. Coincidence, quote unquote, since I've been here, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in the power of Blue God. But this neighborhood is going to be, hold me to it, within 2 or 3 years, the neighborhood that will have expanded and progressed energetically, and even in value than any other neighborhood in this area and of most neighborhoods on earth. So that is the confidence that I have. That is what I'm already seeing in the last 6 months, and it will continue to expand. It will continue to explode. It will continue to be more magical. And that is why I'm here. And that is why I'm thanking you for being here with me as we have these conversations together. Oh shit. So this is not a good um this is not such a good episode to be rambling so much because it's a long one. Okay, let's see if we divide how we're going to divide this into two episodes. So, episode 403, Tuesday, July 6th, 2021. Yesterday, I finally recorded even two videos already posted, but I didn't write. Hopefully, today I will finally do both. So, I do feel there's a power on the days when I record, when I write to Blue God, and when I rewatch a video, like all three, when I do at least one of each of that, there's something powerful. So here I wasn't rewatching the videos, but I said at least do both writing and recording and posting. But I am already getting more awareness about the energy of this side of Costa Rica versus the other side. I am getting glimpses of what seems like different traumas that are being healed, as though a different specialty. I resonate so far with amplification versus extraction. After all, of the entire Pacific, I ended up around the same area where I started off. In this area, I was very triggered. When I first arrived, I arrived in Pacific in the first 2 weeks in that workshop that I attended, of that retreat rather. It was super triggering. I remember feeling elated that I was starting to form a conscious community here, but that there were a few who felt like the epitome of spiritual bypassing and repression. And this feels like the core of what caused the triggering for me. It feels less extreme in Puerto Viejo, less extreme spiritual bypassing, more balanced. In the Caribbean, the duality is with the external self, dealing with the violence, the drugs, and with addictions more directly. When you indulge, the consequences get amplified. But since everything gets amplified, when you do deal with your addictions, the grace also gets amplified. The rewards get amplified, your connection to Great Spirit gets amplified, and so everything becomes magical. Here in the Pacific, in the Diamante Valley, it seems like the inner self is more schism. Wow, I'm getting it. I feel like I'm starting to deeply understand what's going on here in sacred Costa Rica. How honored I feel to have been invited to be here, to live here, to heal here, myself and others, and from here, ultimately, the world. Whew. This feels like the center of the planet, the center of America. Wow, I just looked at the map of our planet. Of course, this is Central America. Costa Rica is at the center. This is it. I feel it. As so, and so both coasts have a different healing specialty, one more masculine and one more feminine. Ironically, here it feels more masculine. Puerto Viejo feels more feminine, more like Montreal, San Francisco, and Berlin. Someone told me yesterday that there is Tico time and there is Caribbean time. If people are always late in Costa Rica, in the Caribbean, it's even more chill and even more laid back, which comes back full circle in that it will be easier to fall into addictions. But it is also the best opportunity to deal with addictions and to benefit from the magic that comes from doing so. And so, of course, I am so triggered by the people here on this coast. Here, there is more denial. Here, everything seems more repressed. And that's the epitome of spiritual bypassing. And that's the thing that I see through and always have seen through. So here, I am more of a threat. This side attracts the expert spiritual bypassers. And so there is even less devotion. let's stop there. I think that is enough for. Oh, how's that? How does that feel? I'm gonna continue in a new video. I am you, you are me. I love you.